Hi guys, welcome. Today we will be doing a one-year review of the Polygon Siskiu T7. We will go over my overall impressions, pros, cons, upgrades, and whether or not you should buy this bike. Let's start with my overall impressions. The Siskiu T7 is a great bike with modern geometry. It has very progressive rear travel and is very stable at speeds. The T7 is a great beginner to intermediate bike. It can handle almost anything a rider can throw at it. The bike thrives on green and blue trails. It is zippy, poppy, and stable at speeds. It does start to struggle a little when you start riding black trails at high speeds. This is mainly due to the suspension this bike is spec'd with. However, you will not find a bike with a better spec at this price point.
This way.
The T7 beats every bike in its category in price and performance. You can get a hardtail from Specialized that has the same spec as the T7 but no rear suspension for the same price. The T7 outperforms any bike at this price. The T7 comes with 150 millimeters or 140 millimeters of travel, which varies depending on wheel size.
What the heck?
This is plenty of travel to handle anything you throw at it.
This trail is weird.
The T7 is the best, most affordable trail bike on the market. Now, onto the pros. The T7 has plenty of travel that gives you support in the roughest of trails. The T7 is also very affordable. The T7 comes spec'd with 2.6-inch wide tires. These tires are very wide, grippy, and forgiving, which makes them perfect for beginners. The T7 also comes spec'd with Shimano's Dior 12-speed group set, which is unheard of at this price point. Most of the time, you have to spend $3,000 plus to get a full suspension mountain bike with a 12-speed drivetrain.
Oh my gosh!
The Shimano Dior's 510% range will provide plenty of range to climb up the steepest of hills and sprint down the downhill. Now, onto the cons. There's no such thing as a perfect bike, right? So of course, I do have some complaints. The brakes were okay, but they lacked power and faded after a short downhill. The stock rotors were resin only, so to swap pads from So to stop pads from overheating, you would have to upgrade the rotor in order to use metallic pads. This is only a problem if you are doing longer downhills with lots of braking. The brakes were my only major complaint, but I do have some small complaints. The dropper lever had a ton of play and was not very nice, but nothing here is to be expected.
This trail's so weird.
The stock saddle catches on your shorts in steep sections and creates some very uncomfortable situations. This is a small problem that I think can be fixed very easily by rounding out the back of the saddle. Overall, I have no major complaints about the bike. Polygon nailed this bike and have done a great job making an affordable trail bike. Now, onto the upgrades I did to my Siskiu T7.
Yep, this is how much watch out, there's a gap there.
To my T7 was the brakes. I kept experiencing brake fade with the stock texture brakes, and since the rotors were resin only, I couldn't upgrade my pad compound. I decided to do a full brake overhaul. I went with Shimano SLX 4-piston brakes with fin metallic pads as my brake of choice. For rotors, I went with Shimano St. Fin rotors.
That was sketchy.
This brake combination is exceptional. The stock chain is a KMC 12-speed chain, which does not have Hyperglide Plus technology. So I upgraded my chain to Shimano's Dior chain, which had Hyperglide Plus technology. Like I said earlier, the dropper post lever had a lot of play, so I upgraded it to a high-quality wolf tooth lever. The rear hub had a lot of play in it, even after being rebuilt by the bike shop. I upgraded my rear hub to get rid of play and to increase the hub engagement to a Shimano SLX rear hub. Once my front tire wore out, I upgraded it to a Maxxis Minion DHF Exa Plus 2.5-inch tire. The saddle kept catching on my shorts, so I got a new WTB saddle, and it seems to have solved the problem. The rear shock bottoms out way too often, even with max volume spacers, and 25% sag. I weigh 35 pounds kitted up, so this should not be happening. Because of this problem, I upgraded my air can to the RockShox Magnet air can. This increases mid-stroke support and increases bottom out resistance. Lastly, let's move on to whether or not you should buy this bike. This bike is a great bike and has a very upgradable platform. This bike takes a spot as the best value entry-level trail bike. It is extremely uncommon to see full suspension bikes at this price point. The T7 can handle almost anything a beginner to intermediate rider can throw at it. If you are a moderate to advanced trail rider, then this bike is a good option for you. If you ride mostly mellow green to blue trails, I would go with the Polygon Siskiu D7, which is Polygon's down-country focused bike. If you are more into steep, fast, and chunky trails, then the T7's fork might end up holding you back. If this is the case, there's two options. You should purchase the T7 and upgrade the fork, or you could save a little more money in the first place and buy the T7. Stepping up a model and going with the T8 will upgrade you from low-end RockShox Recon to a Fox 34 Rhythm fork, giving you more support and stiffness at speed. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and please subscribe for more awesome content. I will see you next time. Peace.